Hey everyone, Steph Saffer here, along with Sarah Hayes. We've put this free training together to share with you the biggest roadblocks to improving health and how to overcome them, all to teach you how to reclaim your health and feel like the best version of you. Do you feel tired and stressed out? Do you feel like you're stuck and having a hard time regaining motivation and momentum in your life?
We have a cumulative 25 years of experience working as licensed acupuncturists. We have helped thousands of patients revolutionize their health. We have listened to their struggles, identified patterns, and helped them get the results that they've been looking for, from increased energy to reduced stress and anxiety, better digestive health, weight loss, and more. We've discovered people were running into the same obstacles over and over again and share the same symptoms. After identifying the 5 biggest issues, we develop strategies to help people overcome these obstacles and sustain habits that keep them feeling great. These strategies are so powerful, we use them every day in our own lives, every single day.
So the goal with this free training and with our signature course, Surviving to Thriving, is to share the major roadblocks that people face and teach you step by step the strategies we teach patients in the treatment room so that you can implement them and start to improve your habits and mindsets around health. We want to help you move from feeling stuck, stressed, and overwhelmed, surviving, to feeling energized, vibrant, and empowered, thriving in your life. And even though we will be specifically focusing this training on the 5 biggest roadblocks to feeling great health, the principles and strategies can be applied to just about any roadblock that you might be facing when working to change something in your life.
Now, just to be completely transparent, this is not live. This is recorded. That way we can pack as much valuable information in a short amount of time as possible so that we can cut out the fluff, leaving you with only the high value content. But we absolutely love answering your questions. So if you have any questions that we don't answer in the Q&A at the end of this webinar, send us an email at support@optimize-u.com and we'll get back to you within 24 hours.
We know you value your health or you wouldn't be here with us. We know you want to feel better than you do right now. Maybe you have no energy. Maybe you're carrying extra weight. Maybe you are feeling depressed or anxious and can't get grounded. You've probably tried lots of things to feel better and improve wellness. Consider though, have you ever had a strategic plan to help you feel better? Imagine your life. What if you felt like your body and mind were healthy? What if you had solid mindsets and habits that supported you in feeling like the best version of yourself? What if despite what your life has looked like in the past, you had the ability to live each day moving towards health and feeling great rather than reacting to illness, injury, or stress?
It's likely that you're dealing with a very specific health issue, an autoimmune condition, a chronic illness, a metabolic disorder, a skin condition, or a mental health issue. Rest assured, these strategies are for everybody and they can help you get to the root of the condition, whether it's in your body or your mind.
Now, before we start diving into the 5 roadblocks and strategies, let's give you a quick overview of what you can expect in this training. First, this training is about an hour long. I know that sounds long, but we're going to pack it with as much valuable information as possible. We promise you will leave feeling transformed with actionable tools that you can immediately start implementing to optimize how you feel in your day-to-day life. For the first few minutes, we will give you some quick background about who we are, how we know these health roadblocks so well, and how you can start to understand them too.
And then for about 30 minutes, we will give you the 5 main roadblocks to health and how to start to move around them. No, we aren't just pitching you the whole time. We are actually teaching you content from our paid course, Surviving to Thriving, for the full 30 minutes. Make sure you stay until the end because the last 3 strategies we give are about managing and reducing stress, which we know are a major obstacle for people. And then for about 5 minutes, we'll be explaining what the paid course includes for anyone who would like to learn more and go deeper to improve their health beyond this free training. We're also going to offer an exclusive discount to everybody who sticks around until the end. And then for the last 15 minutes, we'll be doing a Q&A where we answer a very long list of frequently asked questions.
So a little about us. We are both licensed acupuncturists. We've been practicing together for over 10 years. We each see over 80 patients a week in the clinic and treat everything from acute and chronic pain to insomnia, digestive upset, stress, anxiety, depression, autoimmune disorders, fertility issues, headaches, skin issues, allergies, and more. Sarah brings her extensive knowledge of nutrition and autoimmune disorders after managing her own Hashimoto's for years. And I've incorporated my training with exercise and movement and experience of being in the fitness industry for the past 8 years.
We know that health is a very personal journey, but we have had the honor of helping patients turn around their health and their lives. Patients report increased energy, reduced pain and discomfort, improved mental health and mindset, better digestion, weight loss, solid sleep, all the way through the night and more. Beyond the physical symptoms, patients describe feeling more joy, feeling happier, less stressed, more motivated, and more excitement about their life in general. That's what happens when you feel great.
Yes. How do we get here? After thousands of patient encounters, we started to see patterns in what people described as being their biggest struggles to feeling good. They describe physical symptoms, but also things like feeling stuck, not knowing where to start, and feeling hopeless. These same struggles came up time and time again, despite different health histories, different genders, ethnicities, careers, and walks of life. And because they were blocking people from making progress, we had to develop effective strategies to help them move around and through these struggles so that they could live vibrantly.
After so many years of hearing these stories and helping patients successfully navigate these roadblocks, we felt a calling, an obligation to share what we've seen and help more people beyond the one-on-one treatment setting so that you can use these strategies to avoid or work around some of these same roadblocks. Keep in mind, although the content that we're going to share with you in this free training is based on our clinical experience, it is for educational purposes only and not meant to serve as medical advice. We don't know you or your health history, and you should always consult with your doctor if you have health concerns or questions.
However, most people have not thought about their health in this way before and don't know how to get around these 5 main roadblocks. So hopefully you can implement our strategies and start to optimize well-being just by creating new habits and mindsets in your daily life. Our ultimate goal with this free training and with our paid course is to help you bust through your roadblocks using our tools that will serve you no matter where you are in your health journey. We want you feeling empowered so you can feel amazing in your body.
The reality is we live in a very busy world and people have jam-packed schedules. They work crazy hours and juggle families. Their health keeps getting pushed further and further down the priority list as other things take up space. They say they feel lost as to how to feel good and how to stay motivated. We've seen the toll of what this takes on people's health. What is going on for you? Are you tired? Are you stressed out? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel stuck? Like you can't regain your momentum? Like you're just barely getting by or going through the motions? Does life just feel so hard for you sometimes?
We get it. We have been there too. Both of us had enormous stress and struggle in our own lives, and we have been in your shoes before. We see you and we want to help. We want life to feel easy and fun, like you are really living. What if things just flowed and felt light? What if you actually felt the way you deserve to feel? Energized, joyful, and calm. Like we said, a lot of this comes down to mindsets and habits. Now, before we get into the 5 roadblocks, let's tackle some of the most common doubts that people have by answering these 4 frequently asked questions.
Question number 1. What if I've tried things to improve my health and they haven't worked? Welcome to the club. We've all tried things for health that may not have served us well. We've been in the industry for years and we personally have tried dozens of things. Trial and error is part of figuring out what's right for your body.
Yep.
But that is why we've created this training and course so that you can skip the guesswork and speed up your process by giving you strategies that have worked for thousands of people.
Question 2, do I need to know a lot about nutrition and exercise to get results? No. We know that exercise and nutrition are cornerstones of good health, but we all have the capacity to learn the nuts and bolts. The stuff that really gets in the way for people is not what they know or don't know, but their mindsets about health and the habits they keep daily. It's putting that knowledge and information into practice that matters. That's a big emphasis in this training and what sets us apart. We do teach lots about basic health, but we also show you how to implement it effectively.
Question 3. Do I need to spend a lot of money on health? No. Most strategies and tips that we show you in this training and our paid course can be done at no cost to you. We know that health and wellness is a booming industry, and there is absolutely so much potential to invest a lot of money and time and energy into improving your health. But the goal is to help you do that as efficiently as possible and avoid wasting your resources. Good health is not flashy.
Question 4, how do I know that this will work for me? In short, you don't know for sure. But one of the main reasons people don't get results is because they don't have the framework or support to maintain healthy habits. That's what we're here to deliver. We have compiled tools and created curriculums that have worked for thousands of our patients and clients. We know there's a lot of health information out there and a lot of practitioners, coaches, and teachers who are offering valuable health guidance. But we feel like many of those professionals miss the mark when it comes to health. They forget to address the whole person, the mental, emotional, and physical aspects of health. Without doing that, you leave people on a shaky foundation.
Now that we have some of those big doubts out of the way, let's jump into identifying the 5 main roadblocks to health. Number 1, no clear why. When people are trying to change their health, one of the most common complaints that we hear is I lose motivation and just quit and go back to my old ways.
All the time.
This is due to a lack of a clear why for what you're doing. If you're changing a habit or trying to improve health, you have to know why you're doing it. Otherwise, it's easy to feel unmotivated and uninspired when things get hard. You can feel lost as how to move forward. You might feel really burned out, overwhelmed, or frustrated. For example, if someone wants to lose excess weight and is wanting to start exercising more and eating healthier foods, they will inevitably bump into some moments where they'll want to go back to their old habits.
Yeah.
Say they have a really stressful day at work. They might feel like not exercising that day. They'll want to come home and eat junk food. They'll want to take the edge off with a couple drinks at night. There will always be challenges that can sabotage our goals.
Yes.
But understanding the root purpose of your goal keeps you connected to that goal. So for example, I want to lose weight so that I can feel healthy and strong. Or I want to lose weight so that my joints stop hurting and I have better energy. Great reason. I want to lose weight so that I can live longer and play with my grandchildren. If you know why you're working for something, it feels easier. It has more meaning. You don't beat yourself up for the little slip-ups or the missed workouts. You don't quit after 3 weeks. You feel connected to your purpose and you're more resilient to the bumps in the road.
Absolutely. Knowing your why behind your actions is crucial to making those actions sustainable, which leads to creating healthy habits and over time turns them into a lifestyle. This is true for things beyond health as well. It's true for relationships, careers, and the goals we pursue. Life is full of ups and downs. That's a given. And everyone is faced with struggle. Those challenges are part of our growth, but it is also so helpful to be crystal clear about why something is important to you. A well-defined why helps you weather any storm and helps you enjoy the journey a lot more.
Defining the why for things in your life isn't as hard as you think. Now, for the sake of honoring your time and also to avoid overwhelm with information, we will give you our top strategy from our course for each roadblock. Here's the most powerful strategy to help you define your why. Strategy. Define how you want to feel. Step 1. Make a list of all the feeling words that you could possibly want to feel. These are often adjectives describing words, things like calm, inspired, lit up, limitless, vibrant, joyful, etc. Don't be afraid to do an internet search for emotion words if you're struggling to get the creative juices flowing. Just search it. Make the list as long as you want. It can be up to 50 words. The point is to brainstorm and download as many words as you can without judgment.
Step 2, look at your list and start crossing off the feeling words that don't feel as relevant or important to you right now in your life. You can best do this by reading it out loud to yourself and tuning in to how it feels in your body. When you read it, does it spark something? This is called emotional resonance. Narrow the list down to 3 to 5 feeling words, and these are going to be your top essential feelings.
Step 3. Now that you've identified your main essential feelings, you get to use them to shape your personal why. These words represent what you most desire for yourself in this season of your life. They serve as a compass for how you want to spend your time, your energy, and your resources. They give huge insight as to what is important to you. They help define your why as it pertains to what you're working towards in your life, whether it be a health goal or working on a relationship or some other life pursuit. For example, if I went through this exercise and landed on 3 words, my words would be limitless, free, and joyful. I would have insight as to what my why is for my specific goal. Looking at my words, I could see my why could easily be to increase freedom and joy in my life.
The last step is to write these 3 to 5 feeling words down in multiple places so they're in front of mind. It could be an alarm in your phone that goes off. You could put a sticky note in your car, write them on your mirror or in your journal. Whatever you need to do to remind yourself of what you truly want to feel in your life so that you can connect to your personal why. Now, you can do check-ins with yourself and ask, is this thing I'm doing moving me towards feeling, in your words, limitless, free, and joyful? Yes? Okay, great. I'm on the right track. No? Okay, time to reevaluate.
Roadblock number 2, low energy.
Whew.
Yeah, it's a big one. The second roadblock is one of the biggest obstacles people face in their life. Low energy, feeling tired and drained. If you don't have energy, you literally cannot do what you want in your life. If you don't have energy, you cannot sustain your dreams. With low energy, you are more prone to feeling unmotivated, uninspired, unenthusiastic. It is easier to feel overwhelmed and you feel more irritable. More short-tempered,
Yes.
Easy to frustrate. People report higher rates of burnout. People can feel more anxiety. Also notice these are a lot of the same feelings people feel when they don't have a clear why for what they're doing.
Think about what you want to do when you're tired. Sit on the couch with Netflix, have caffeine or cocktails, scroll on the phone, veg out, leave the responsibilities for later, ignore the family, push the work for the dream until tomorrow. Low energy is the killer of goals and pursuits. It's a drain for joy in our life.
It really is.
There are many things that can impact energy. In our course, we describe what we call the 3 pillars of health: exercise and movement, nutrition, and sleep. The way you do these 3 fundamental things can drastically impact your energy levels. They are so fundamental that people often don't realize that they have some really unhealthy habits around them. It's also common that people will be excelling in one of these areas, but totally neglecting another. For example, you might have someone who exercises every single day, but they eat a ton of processed food and fast food, and they drink alcohol every night, and they binge on sugar. That doesn't work.
No. Other things that can impact your energy: sun exposure, stress levels,
Yes.
environmental toxins, underlying health conditions like autoimmune disease, low-level pathogens or vitamin deficiencies, lack of purpose. We talked about this one. We know this is a huge roadblock for people, and it's easy to go down the rabbit hole in efforts to optimize your energy. But we have news for you. It's usually simpler than you think. Here is the strategy to improve your energy so that you can absolutely thrive.
The strategy: incorporate regular exercise and movement. Exercise and movement is one of the best medicines out there. In fact, we always say there's no medication or supplement or Chinese herbal formula that would have as much benefit or impact as regular exercise.
Absolutely true.
Now, we in no way feel like this is a catch-all solution for every person. After all, we see patients who are very sick and literally cannot exercise. But sadly, the majority of Americans do not move very much in their day. And this is something that is completely within our control. This is lifestyle. Exercise affects every single system in our body for the better, helping to improve things like digestion, sleep, circulation, mood, and immunity. Now, the first step, step 1, is to do an honest inventory of your daily and weekly movement or exercise. You want to get a true picture of what the habit looks like for you. Are you moving every single day? What kind of movement is it? Are you walking to exercise, or are you simply walking around your house and your work? Are you lifting weights? Doing body weight exercises? Are you sweating? Is your heart rate getting up? These are all questions to ask yourself. Get the clear picture.
Step 2, brainstorm 3 to 4 different ways you would enjoy incorporating exercise into your daily routine. For example, not everyone can or wants to go for a run. Could you do other kinds of exercise to get your heart rate up? Do you have equipment at home? Do you prefer to work out in a class setting or at a gym or with a workout buddy? Identify the ways you will enjoy movement so that it feels accessible and sustainable.
Step 3, prepare to be successful. Schedule your exercise each week. The best way that we found to do this is to take time on Sundays. Just look at your week and block out the times that you're going to exercise each day. Make your appointments with your workout buddies. Tell your partner what your schedule looks like and get yourself prepared for each workout session the night before. I mean, this might be packing your workout bag or setting out clothes, anything that will help you stay the course the next day. Now, if Sundays aren't your best day to plan ahead, maybe you have an untraditional work schedule and that doesn't work, find what works best for you. The idea is to plan for success.
Last step, number 4, come up with one short-term goal and one long-term goal. This is all about having something to work towards. And research has shown that people have better long-term outcomes when they set attainable goals for themselves. Yes. The short-term goal can be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months in the future, not too far out. The idea is to achieve it fairly quickly. The long-term goal is further away, 3 months to 6 months out. Once you achieve that first short-term goal, you can set more to act like stepping stones for your long-term goal. Remember, even simple strategies are powerful. Common sense is not always common practice. No. And even though exercise and movement might seem so obvious to boost energy, many people are shocked to look at how little of it they're actually getting.
Roadblock 3, perfectionism and control. This roadblock is one of the most common struggles for us modern day Americans.
It really is.
Control and perfection are two things that we wrestle with on the daily, but are ultimately unattainable. The chase can have profound effects on our mental, emotional, and physical health. The pressure to have control over everything in your life leads to endless struggle, and seeking perfection can lead to decision paralysis.
Absolutely.
I have been there.
Yeah. There are many things that can lead to a desire for control in our lives. For one, we are busier now as human beings than we have ever been as a society. The busyness is compounded by endless streams of information coming at us all the time by way of news, radio, social media, our phones, our watches, our computers, all of the apps that we use, every single notification that pops up with its own individual noise. It's so much information. We also work significantly more than we used to. There is less work-life separation because of the ease of communication with technology. We check emails at 10 o'clock at night. We open social media and the news the second that we wake up in the morning. It's a lot.
In regard to perfectionism, one of the big contributing factors right now is comparison. Comparison has become all too easy with marketing and the access we all have to each other through social media. We essentially see this curated version of people's lives through a screen, but we are left feeling like everyone is living a more glamorous, fulfilling, opportunity-packed life with perfect families and perfect careers. Logically, we know this is not the case, but our brains can't help but be influenced by the images in front of us.
All of this contributes to our perception of stress. We feel stretched for time because of our packed schedules. We feel like we're falling short because of our comparison. Our brains are overloaded with facts and information and opinions, and we don't rest and recover enough. It is no wonder we want to control things, our circumstances, or the people around us.
Yes.
When we feel like we're in control, we feel like our worlds are more orderly. But when things don't go according to plan, we get really upset and frustrated and stressed, angry, resentful. We quit and beat ourselves up. We give up. And this is a problem because it impacts our health and our ability to feel really good in our bodies.
Having awareness of what you can control and having agency over those things alone is one of the most freeing feelings. Releasing perfectionism is like giving yourself permission to create, to connect, and to enjoy the process. Here is our most powerful strategy to release control and perfectionism. The strategy, make a controllables list. Step 1, on a piece of paper, create 2 columns. And in the first column, make a list of all of your stressors, things that worry you or cause you anxiety. You don't have to censor this list. It can be long. And the point is, make it comprehensive so that you can have a list of all the things that feel heavy on your heart or your mind.
Step 2, look at your list and mark a C for controllable in a red pen for every item that you have control over. And mark a U next to every item that is an uncontrollable, the things that you don't actually have control over.
Step 3, for every item that has been labeled as uncontrollable with a U, draw a line into the second column and write an action you can take that is truly within your control. For example, if your uncontrollable or stressor is your partner's constant negative attitude about their work, your action that is within your control could be my ability to listen, having patience with their process, or not letting their attitude ruin my mood. Repeat this process for every single uncontrollable.
Step 4, last step. Notice any item labeled with a C as a controllable pertains to the agency that you have over your body, your emotions, your thoughts, your voice, your behaviors, and your habits.
Roadblock 4, limiting beliefs and negative self-talk. This roadblock is what we call the silent killer. When we talk about limiting beliefs and negative self-talk, we're referring to this internal script that we all have running in our minds all day long. It's the stories, the conversations, the beliefs that circulate in our mind over and over, year after year. Most people don't even realize how they talk to themselves. This roadblock is crucial to address in your path towards health because your internal talk is constant. And to be able to live freely, joyfully, fully, and with great energy, your internal self and your external self must be in alignment.
This is one of the biggest causes of struggle for people. It's probably the number one reason people can't get out of poor health. It's why they don't execute or take action to improve their habits. We always say it's not that you don't know what to do to feel better. It's what's between your ears that's keeping you from doing it. It's the stories that you tell yourself. We are talking about limiting beliefs. Examining this internal dialogue is deep, often uncomfortable work that asks you to look carefully at the most unnoticed self-talk that happens for you every day. It can be so ingrained for us,
yes.
We don't even recognize it's happening. This is dialogue that can originate from our childhood, from how we were raised, or who we were exposed to. It can be very old stuff. The longer these limiting beliefs go on, the harder they are to break, which is why it's so important to identify them and work to move on from them.
Think about this in your own life. When you wake up in the morning, what does your mind go to? What type of self-talk begins right at the start of the day? In the shower, getting dressed. Often people talk like this. I didn't sleep enough last night. I'm going to be tired today. Why didn't I sleep? God, this sucks because I have so much to do today. I'm going to be exhausted. I should have gone to bed earlier. But I never have enough time. This is going to be a hard day. I'm going to need at least 3 coffees to get through. My partner slept just fine. Well, they didn't have to do all the stuff that I had to do last night. It's not fair. They never have to deal with this crap. It's always me. And I work so hard. I have to. Otherwise, we wouldn't have enough money and we wouldn't be able to afford anything. I feel burned out. I'm never going to get ahead. This is just how my life goes. Does this sound like any type of conversation you might have had, maybe with different circumstances? Do you see how easily it spirals and gets blown completely out of proportion? A simple thing, not sleeping well, turns into a barrage of limiting self-beliefs. These are the kind of stories people tell themselves every single day.
Here are some examples of self-limiting beliefs. I am not worthy. I'm broken or messed up. I do not deserve love, happiness, success, appreciation. I'll never have enough money, love, time, etc. I am not smart enough, pretty enough, healthy enough, strong enough, capable enough, etc. I will fail, so why even try? I'll never be good enough. Heavy stuff. One of the biggest issues with these limiting beliefs is that people are often totally unaware of them. They are so used to this kind of dialogue in their head that it's completely unconscious. They mistake their limiting belief for their truth, for their reality. To overcome them, it first starts with an awareness. Here is a powerful strategy to start the process.
Strategy, identify self-limiting beliefs. Step 1, start by listing as many limiting beliefs for yourself as you can think of. Think back to some of the fears or worries that you've had in the past. You can reference the examples of limiting beliefs that we just mentioned. It's also helpful to refer to your list of stressors or things that overwhelm you that you made for the last roadblock. Many of the things that we perceive as suffering are rooted in our limiting self-beliefs or stories.
Step 2, identify what you would say your 3 biggest limiting beliefs and or negative stories are that replay in your mind. Make these stories feel the most powerful, the ones that you hear the most often. Most people have a sense of this, but don't know it. Just choose the ones that you think are the most relevant.
Step 3, last step, create a counter statement to each one of these big limiting beliefs. Take some time with your journal or find a quiet moment to decide what would be the most helpful, loving things that you could tell yourself. For example, if a limiting belief is, I will always fail when I try to make a change, a counter statement could be, I make intentional choices and forgive myself when I slip up. If a limiting belief is, I'm not worth the work it takes, the counter statement could be, I am whole, resourceful, and capable, and I deserve to feel good. Create statements that feel powerful to you. Say them when you feel your limiting beliefs creeping in. Start to recite them as a daily practice. You can do this when you wake up in the morning, on your drive to or from work, or walking the dog, whatever works. The goal is to interrupt the negative belief and create new narratives that are supportive and will help you reach your goals.
Roadblock number 5, lack of support. The last biggest roadblock people face is a lack of support, a lack of connection to other people. This roadblock is often not as obvious, but in our experience, it can be one of the biggest factors that influences someone's success in improving how they feel.
Yes.
You might be thinking, what do my relationships have to do with my health? The answer is everything. There are multiple ways the quality of connection to others can dramatically influence our health. After all, what have we ever been able to do completely on our own in our life? Not much.
Think about this in your own life. How would you rate your satisfaction with your relationships? How much time in real life do you spend with people other than the people that you see at work? Do you feel like you have genuine connections with other people? Do you have opportunities to have open, honest conversations? Do you have support when you face challenges or deal with hard emotions like grief or guilt or shame or loneliness? Are you surrounded by positive, uplifting people? Or do you feel like many of your relationships are negative or toxic?
Our brains are wired for human connection. Without that connection, we feel isolated, lonely, depressed, and disconnected. This has a major impact on our health. It influences our energy, our confidence, our experience of joy.
Yes.
Think about how you feel after you truly connect with somebody. Do you have a better attitude, more energy? Do you feel inspired? Maybe you feel a revived interest in what you're doing in your life. We can feel a change in our physical, mental, and emotional well-being, even after very short interactions.
One of the big struggles is cultivating the kind of relationships we want. We want relationships that feel deep and quality, but often people say their relationships feel superficial and empty. People don't feel like they can be their true selves, like they can be honest about how they feel or what they struggle with. They feel a lack of support, and they don't know how to make it better. Here are a few simple things that you can do to create stronger connections with people.
Strategy, active listening and asking questions. This strategy is so simple in its delivery and seemingly so obvious, but the mind-blowing thing is that so many people do not practice these at all. Active listening and asking questions are incredibly helpful tools to improve your conversation and relationships and the quality of your connection to the people in your life. True connection is really about empathy, Compassion, being heard and listening to others. Empathy allows for understanding and is about sharing the feelings of another person.
Yes.
Compassion is a deep awareness and a sympathy for another's suffering and wanting to do something about it. Feeling heard creates a sense of feeling valued, appreciated, loved, and supported. All these things are crucial for true connection. Listening gives a context for circumstances and makes space for empathy.
Step 1, ask open-ended questions that are meaningful. Try to be thoughtful in your questions rather than using, how was your day or where are you from? Ask them about how something made them feel or what they think about something that you know is important to them. Really try to put an emphasis on knowing them.
Step 2, when somebody's talking to you or telling you something, ask them a follow-up question. For example, if somebody's describing a scenario to you, you could ask the following question. How did you feel about that? It makes people feel like you actually care, like you're engaged with them and what they're saying to you actually matters to you.
Yes. Step 3, ask questions that clarify what someone is saying. When someone's expressing something to you, it can be really helpful to ask them if you're understanding them correctly. For example, you could ask, is this what you meant when you said XYZ? Or, am I understanding this statement correctly? It validates what people are saying, it makes them feel heard, and it demonstrates your desire to truly understand them. When you continue to ask someone questions, it shows that you really care about them and what they're sharing.
Step 4, last step. Practice active listening. Really tune in to what the other person is saying. Use your body language to convey that you're engaged. Take time to process their answers before you start to speak again. Again, you might think you know these tools already,
Yes.
but start really paying attention to how well you actually use them and how well others use them. You'll be surprised at how unengaged people can be in their relationships.
So there you have our top 5 roadblocks in health and a powerful strategy for each one of them to start using today. We still have a lot more to go over in the Q&A, but first let's give you 3 effective stress-reducing techniques. Stress is a pretty universal experience and it can itself be a big roadblock, although it's often the symptom of one of the big 5 that we just discussed. These are simple tools that you can use anytime, anywhere. They're meant to be easy so that they feel accessible, but don't underestimate how effective they are. Number 1, breath work. The first technique's the 5 by 5 by 5 technique. You inhale through your nose for the count of 5 and exhale for the count of 5 through your nose and repeat 5 times. 5 by 5 by 5. Clinically, we see deep breathing reduce anxiety and stress by 40 to 80% almost immediately. And this is something that you can do anywhere. I use this technique at the start of my meditation or my visualization practice. I use it when I find myself feeling like I can't focus or get grounded, or I'm just feeling stressed, and it changes everything. When you take a deep breath in, your heart rate quickens slightly. As you exhale, your heart rate slows. Repeated deep breaths will naturally bring your heart rate more in sync with your breath. This leads your brain to release endorphins, which are chemicals that have a natural calming effect.
Strategy 2, interruption. The second technique is to interrupt your stress. First, acknowledge that you are feeling stressed. And next, get curious about what you're feeling and where it's coming from. If you're feeling angry, what is the root cause of your anger? If you're feeling overwhelmed and out of control, where is that coming from? We want you to identify how you're feeling and get curious about it. Third, take a moment to come up with a corrective thought. What positive thought could you land on? How could you reframe your feelings and your thoughts? Let me give you an example. A week ago, I got a phone call from a family member that was really upset. I'm the go-to for this person, and even though I was able to support them in that moment, it was clear that they needed more. I know it would have been really helpful for them to hear that I was going to drop everything and drive 3 hours to be with them. But that wasn't the best choice for me in that moment. When I hung up the phone, I felt super stressed, ashamed, and uncomfortable. I upheld a boundary, but had to deeply disappoint somebody in the process. And that's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
When my daughter started to talk to me, I caught myself responding with stress and irritability. I took a couple deep breaths and I acknowledged my stress and got curious about what the root of it was and took a minute to reframe my perception. I reminded myself that I always show up for people and that the only way to do this is to make sure that I take care of myself and how I use my time. It changed the way I was feeling instantly because I remembered that I do give so much to other people and that it won't work if I'm doing it at the expense of myself.
Strategy 3, keep toss. This third technique is something that many people do at the beginning of the year as a way to renew their intentions, but we actually love this technique as a daily practice or a weekly ritual. So there's so many ways to implement this strategy, and we encourage you to make it your own, but here are the basics. Write down what you want to get rid of in your life, what you want to toss. These things can be feelings, bad habits, stories that you're telling yourself, anything that's not serving you or helping you optimize your life. For example, you might want to let go or toss anger and irritability. Then write that down or simply think about what you want to invite in or keep. You might want to keep feelings of patience and peace. You can use them together. Toss a negative story that you tell yourself like, I'm not good enough or I don't know enough, and keep something like, I'm perfect just the way I am and I have everything I need to succeed. These are just examples. You can spend time identifying your own keep toss intentions in a simple meditation or sitting breathwork session where you're writing ideas, where you're writing feelings, habits on paper, and maybe compiling 2 piles or baskets. With the keep pile, I like to put these papers in a meditation area to refer to at my next meditation. So I'll just sort through them. In a moment of feeling overwhelmed on a random Tuesday at work, I've also quickly written down on a sticky note the things that I want to keep or toss. It could be as simple as toss, control, keep, flow, and vibrancy. So you kind of get the idea. This strategy is such a simple way to redirect your thoughts and instantly reduce stress.
So there you have it, the 5 roadblocks to health and tips on how to beat them, plus 3 effective stress reducing strategies. And that is just the beginning. In our signature course, Surviving to Thriving, we expand on these 5 roadblocks with many more strategies and tools to guide you to feeling amazing in your body.
Yes.
We know firsthand that feeling strong and energized and mentally clear are the absolute keys to living an exceptional life. We know how to take you from feeling like you're just barely getting by, sleepwalking through your life, to feeling empowered and stronger mentally and physically.
We are here to inspire and teach you every week. We're going to be with you every step of the way, sharing our personal stories of our own health ups and downs and breaking down our best techniques that absolutely produce the results you want. The reality is we wouldn't be where we are without the mentors in our life. That's what Sarah and I will be doing for all Surviving to Thriving members, walking you through each health strategy step by step and being there to answer questions when you inevitably get stuck.
Here's a look at the blueprint of what you can expect in the paid Surviving to Thriving course. We have over 7 hours of content broken up into modules addressing the 5 main roadblocks: defining your why, improving physical health, embracing the imperfection, rewriting the script, and connecting with others. Within each module, we give step-by-step instructions on how to use strategies for you to actively engage in to help you navigate around that roadblock.
Module 1, define your why. In this module, we help you dig into who you are and create a mission statement for your life. We help you examine your core values. We guide you to decide what small actions you make that help you feel great. And we coach you to help you decide how you choose to feel and how you can reside there. There are dozens of books written about this very topic, how to know your why behind your actions. But Sarah and I have done the best to boil down the main things that actually move the needle for people based on our clinical experience and working with thousands of patients.
Module 2, improving physical health. In this module, we give you a comprehensive overview of the 3 main pillars of physical health: nutrition, sleep, and exercise. These are the basic things that everybody seems to know a little bit about.
Yes.
But common sense isn't always common practice. We cover why each pillar is so important for your body and go into detail about the physiology of each and the benefits of optimizing each pillar and the detriments of ignoring them. We will help make you an expert too, so that even if you have 0 knowledge, you will be successful with our help. We will also give you a formula called the 4 A's to help you create a roadmap of how to set and achieve goals for each pillar. You'll be able to hone in your habits and feel confident about creating systems to optimize all 3 cornerstones. Keep in mind, we've seen online courses out there that teach just the basics of nutrition for anywhere from $150 to $1,000.
Yes.
So this section alone is of huge value.
Module 3, embrace the imperfection. This module addresses the struggles people have with control and perfectionism. We help you identify what you actually have control over in your life so you can manage your perception of stress and overwhelm. This is very eye-opening, and we personalize it for you. We guide you to come up with a mantra specific to your life and coach you on how you can start your very own meditation practice.
Module 4, rewrite the script. In the 4th module, we address one of the biggest root causes of struggle for people, the negative self-talk and self-limiting beliefs that are in the constant backdrop of our lives. We provide you with a strategy to identify self-limiting beliefs. We take you on a deep dive into the practice of visualization to enhance the outcome of your life. And we help you conquer your self-limiting beliefs by giving you an exercise to create deliberate intentions for your life.
Module 5, connection with others. The final module is all about connection. People often underestimate the impact our relationships have on our health. Our perception of how connected we feel to others influences every realm of our life. We teach you tools to improve connection, like active listening and asking good questions. We guide you in how to surround yourself with the right people. And we show how helping others, as well as asking for help, can improve your physical health. Throughout the course, you'll get a balance of learning the nuts and bolts of each module topic, plus coaching from us on how to actually implement that information so that you can experience improvements in your wellness. You'll also hear real case studies from the clinic so that you can see the strategies from each module in action. The goal is to help give you the knowledge plus the confidence to take control of your health and thrive in your life.
For example, here's what one client said after going through the course. My pace in life before the course was go, go, go. I remember Sarah saying in one of the videos how important it is to take care of your health and of yourself. And I didn't actually think I deserved that. But I was not okay. And this course changed my life. It changed how I viewed my health and my time and gave me the tools that I needed to slow down and be present. Having been able to do this course in conjunction with medical treatments was probably one of the best things I've ever done for myself.
We've had hundreds of clients join Surviving to Thriving and many who are already seeing big improvements in their health. And that's our ultimate goal with this course, to help you feel confident and empowered in how to take charge of your health and see the change you want to see. We believe so strongly in our product that we have a 30-day refund policy. So if you don't feel like you're getting good value from the course, we don't want your money. We want you to know that your investment in the course and your health will save you thousands of dollars down the road. And if you apply what we teach, we are confident that that will happen.
A couple of bonuses you get on top of the course. Access to our private Facebook group where you can connect with other members who are in the same boat as you. You can learn not only our methods of success, but what others are doing as well. We will also be available as virtual mentors. Again, we can't stress enough how valuable it has been for us to have mentors in our path to wellness and how important it is for you to have the same kind of support network when you are working to improve your health. And although we do provide step-by-step instructions throughout each module, we know that you'll get stuck sometimes, and we're available to help you get through your unique challenges. We also have various templates and PDFs for you to use throughout the course.
In terms of pricing, there are tons of courses out there that teach about various aspects of health. For courses as long and comprehensive as ours, they typically cost between $3,000 to $6,000. However, many of the courses give you basic knowledge, but no help in actual implementation. They're missing the coaching. And what we've witnessed after years of working with patients and helping them improve health, it's not that people lack information. It's what's in between their ears that gets in the way. We talk about that all the time. We personally feel our course is more in depth and has easier to follow strategies and more support than most of the other similar courses out there.
Yeah, because we want to make this accessible to as many people as we can, we aren't charging thousands of dollars. Our course is just under $500. That's about the equivalent of 2 to 3 appointments with us in the clinic, an amount that would barely scratch the surface of someone's health roadblocks. As promised, for those who have stuck around for this entire webinar, we are offering an additional 20% off for the next 15 minutes, so you can get your course today for just $397.
So here's the offer on your screen. And while people are getting signed up, we'll be going over a list of our most frequently asked questions. And if you have any lingering questions, feel free to email us at support@optimize-u.com and we'll respond within 24 hours.
First question. What if I buy and I'm not fully satisfied? Again, we have a 30-day refund policy, and if you aren't happy with your purchase, money back. We are confident that you will get your money's worth based on what we know healthcare and investments in health can cost, and by the level of mentorship and teaching that we provide in this course. But if you don't, no worries, full refund.
How is Surviving and Thriving different from other courses or books that I've read? This course is different because we didn't just write and teach a course. We have been living and breathing this work for a cumulative 26 plus years. In Surviving and Thriving, we take a coaching-oriented approach. We're not telling you what to do. We're helping you take an in-depth look inside and figure out what things need modifying on your terms so that you could really feel like you're thriving in your life. You have to feel confident in implementing these strategies yourselves. And we've incorporated step-by-step instructions for exercises, tools, and strategies so you can start using them today. Not only that, but because we are licensed acupuncturists, we have the benefit of offering a holistic approach to health. We navigate the intersection of Western medicine and holistic medicine every day with our patients, and we have brought that expertise to this course so that you can learn it also and address the whole you. We have seen this stuff work in real life over and over in our clinical practice, and we use the course strategies ourselves.
We do. Next question. Do you think a health course can really help create change in my life? Without a doubt. Absolutely yes.
Yes.
We have witnessed huge transformations in our patient's life over the years. The benefit of a course is you can get much more in depth about each topic.
Yes.
And you can take the time that you need to synthesize the information. One of the main mistakes we see people make is that they put energy into learning, but then they knew nothing about it. You have to execute and take action if you want to see change. That is when we see true change in people's lives.
Yes.
It's why we've included intentional exercises so that you can get the learning and also start the application of these skills.
Next question. Do I actually need to change and invest in my health? Obviously, health is our passion, but why should you feel passionate about it too? Well, there are a few key trends that are important to take note of here. First, chronic health issues are on the rise in our country. Things like heart disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and a number of other conditions. Second, the cost of healthcare continues to go up. It's increasing madly. And one of the best ways to offset medical system costs is to avoid getting sick as much as possible. In other words, prevention. Next, we know based on recent research and studies that genetics do not control our medical fate. And in fact, it has been shown that lifestyle factors play a much greater role in our health outcomes than our genetic predisposition. This is exciting because lifestyle is within our control.
Next question. What makes you guys experts? Together, we have a combined 26 years of experience as licensed acupuncturist and Chinese herbalist. We have a packed clinical practice for the 10 years we have worked together. We each see 80 or more patients a week, 52 weeks a year, and track the clinical results to make sure that we have the data on outcomes. We both have extensive training in food and nutrition, anatomy, physiology, functional medicine, trigger point release, physical fitness, and also coaching, self-development, and leadership. We've attended dozens of health conferences and seminars, virtual talks, webinars, and masterminds over the years, and learned from some of the best Chinese medical practitioners in the country.
Yes.
Health and the pursuit of a fulfilled life is truly our passion because we talk intimately with people one-on-one about their biggest health struggles. We know what it means to be human and working towards better well-being. We know how people struggle. We know people need to live their healthiest lives. We have worked with thousands of people, taking them from feeling stuck and unhealthy to thriving and feeling great in their bodies. We know what it takes, and most importantly, we help people get results.
Next question, is the information in this course for beginners or people who already know about health? The answer is it's for both. There is no prior knowledge required for you to be successful with this course. And if you have previous experience in health, it will only serve you. There are sections that are very teaching based and give a lot of information about things like nutrition, biology of sleep, research on the brain, epigenetics, and more. For some of you, there may be some repetition. However, you strengthen your learning through repetition. And most people appreciate learning the nuts and bolts of health, so they have great context for the strategies that we give. In our experience, no matter where you are on your path to health, it's the application of this information that is where the real benefit lies. And that's a huge emphasis in this curriculum.
Next question. What's the hardest part about doing a health course? Starting. Starting is the hardest part. Committing to investing in yourself. That is the hardest part.
Yes.
The course stuff is actually easy in comparison. People struggle to start and to commit. It's been one of the biggest motivations for us to create Surviving to Thriving, to help people begin and commit to their health, to help people reclaim their confidence and their health. Like anything, making changes takes work. This is not a quick fix for your health. This is something that will take energy and will pay off in habits that can become a lifestyle.
Next question. What if I've tried things like this in the past and they haven't worked? Honestly, that is most people, and you're not alone. The biggest reason we see this happen so often for people is because they have no problem learning something, but they struggle to execute. Here we go again, talking about this. The big challenge is what's between their ears, the mental hangups or the limiting beliefs. It's why we created Surviving to Thriving the way we did. It's why we use a combination of teaching plus coaching in this course. That is what helps break the habits for people so they can see real change.
Next question. What if I have an underlying health condition? The information in this course is meant to serve for educational purposes only. Even though we are health practitioners, we are not your health practitioner. And we cannot advise you on what to do for your specific health conditions. You should always check with your trusted physician if you have questions about your personal health. However, the curriculum in this course is designed to support optimal health in all circumstances. And the strategies allow you to identify your key roadblocks to health and decide for yourself how you want to address them. This course is appropriate for anybody with a desire to improve their well-being. We created it with the intention to serve you in the best way possible. We want you to experience the joy and energy that great health brings.
Next question, what kind of support will I have throughout the course? You have access to both of us as your virtual mentors, and you have access to the private Optimize You Facebook community where you can connect with other people who are going through the course. We want to point out, though, we created this course with the idea in mind that you feel supported through the videos the entire way. The strategies are very clear. The information we teach is concise and valuable, and we let you know what to expect each week. Most people like that they can do this solo on their own time and really make it their individual process. That being said, you can always ask us questions anytime or reach out to us at support@optimize-u.com. Next question, why is this course 5 weeks long? Honestly, we could present this information in a lot of different ways. But after years of working one-on-one with patients and clients, it's clear to us that when it comes to health, people tend to get overwhelmed. In order to avoid that, we made the course 5 weeks, releasing 1 week at a time. We want to present you with clear, concise information and a roadmap to help you put it into action. Doing it 1 week at a time allows you to tackle one roadblock per week. It's easier to synthesize the content, and it gives you time to actually use the strategies. Remember, one of the biggest hangups for people is not their lack of knowledge, but getting them to use it. We want you to feel successful and see the change that you really want to see.
Next question. What goes into the price of this course? The entire 5 week Surviving to Thriving course is $497. Typically, $497 is 2 to 3 appointments with a licensed healthcare professional, and many times you would go more if you're looking for a long-term change. It is a couple months of a fitness studio membership. It's the price of an airline ticket. But this is an investment in you. This course can make lasting change for the rest of your life. It is a 401k in your health. It is over 7 hours of content, 5 modules of videos with 3 strategies per module, and you'll have unlimited access to them. That amount of any professional's time would cost 8 times the price of this course. The strategies have been tested and proven in our clinical practice. This course is the in-depth, extra insight that our patients have been asking for years. Your health is worth the investment.
Okay, so there it is, your top 5 roadblocks to health and how to get around them and thrive. If you have any questions, feel free to email us and we will be happy to help. We hope this training has given you a stronger foundation to move towards better health, and you now have some helpful strategies to move around some of the biggest challenges that people face these days when it comes to improving their well-being. For those of you who have joined the course today, we look forward to mentoring you, and we're so excited for you to dig in. Thank you so much for tuning into this free webinar. Now get out there and start making the changes you want to see. It's never too late, and your health is always worth it. The project is you.